welcome back to Farm Yoga. Let's begin laying down today. So whenever you take this practice, whether it's in the morning, whether it's midday, at night, our goal, our intention for this practice is to be present, to be where our feet are. So as you make your way to lay down on your mat, taking up space, letting the body get heavy, letting the mat support you underneath, and gently close your eyes. Start to observe what you are feeling in this moment. Let's start by doing a body scan. Notice what feels good and relaxed in the body. Notice what feels tight and tense. Where can you let go? I know for me it's often my shoulders, my belly, and my face, my jaw. So maybe that's you, or maybe it's your legs or your hands feel tense. Try to just melt down onto your mat. And now begin to notice the mind, the emotions. So what are you bringing onto your mat in this moment? What are you feeling? Do you even know? Or were you so busy that you kind of forgot about yourself, so now you're meeting yourself again? What do you feel? Do you feel peace? Do you feel stress? Do you feel joy? Do you feel love? Do you feel sadness or anger? All is okay. I want you to feel it. Feel it and acknowledge it. And now begin to tune into your heart center. Tune into your source of love. Can you relax that area a little bit? Letting go of any walls that you've been building up around your heart. Maybe even walls that you've been putting between yourself and your heart. Letting yourself feel unconditional love for self in this moment, and carrying unconditional love throughout your practice. Not judging yourself, being so proud of yourself for showing up on your mat. Just observing what your body can do throughout your practice. Now I want you to bring your hands to your heart. Place one palm on top of the other and actually tune into your heartbeat. And let's acknowledge our intention of practice, to be present, to be where our feet are. The mind will drift away, the thoughts will take over. Just come back to your practice, the movement, the poses that you are in, and using your breath to ground you. And that is what we will do right now, beginning to tune into our breath. Start by observing your inhales and your exhales. Feel your heart and your hands lift up with each inhale, and feel your body drop back down with each exhale. And now place one of your hands on your belly. So you have one hand on your belly and the opposite hand on your heart center, coming into our 3-part breath. So inhale into the belly, breath travels to the ribs, to the heart, and exhale, breath travels down from the heart to the ribs and to the belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, heart, and exhale, heart, ribs, belly. 3 more times. Inhale, belly, ribs, heart, and exhale, heart, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, heart, and exhale, heart, ribs, belly. Last time together. Inhale, belly, ribs, heart, and let it go. Heart, ribs, and belly. Come back to placing both hands on your heart center, but opposite hand is on the heart, on the chest. And let's set a dedication for our practice. Someone in your life that could use a hug, someone that could use some laughter or joy or healing, setting them as your dedication right now. And take one big inhale through your nose. And exhale, release, let it all go. And now let's start to move the body. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug, grabbing from maybe the knees, the shins, or behind your legs. And let's do a gentle rocking of side to side, keeping the shoulders, the upper body relaxed as you move. How does this feel? Does it feel good? Do you not know how it feels? All is okay. And now let's come to hugging one knee into the chest. Hug the right knee in and extend the left leg long onto your mat. Have all 10 toes pointing gently up towards the sky. Relax your shoulders down and breathe here for 3. Take one more inhale and exhale. Let it go, release. Right leg comes long onto your mat, and now hug the opposite knee, the left knee, into the body. And again, relax here. And you have 3 more breath cycles. Take one more big inhale and exhale. Let's hug both knees back into the chest. Give yourself a tight hug. Wrap your arms around your shins, and let's crunch up with an inhale. Bring your forehead up towards your knees. And with an exhale, lower the back of the head down. Now place your hands on your kneecaps, right hand on right knee, left hand on left knee, and begin to circle out the knees away from one another. So the knees will open out wide and then come back in. And we're slowing down our movement here. We're focusing on the hips, Begin to make these circles as big as you can. Let your hands do the work here. So relaxing your ankles, being mindful of this movement. And now let's switch the direction. Start small. How does this feel? And then gradually make those circles larger. And make them as big, as wide as they can. And the next time your knees open out wide, pause there. So you can stay here with your hands on your knees, or maybe come up into a happy baby pose if you have that in your practice right now. If you feel like it's hard to be in happy baby and you're causing tension in the shoulders, the upper back, then just keep your hands on your knees. That is good too. You're getting a stretch and opening in the body. We're here for 3 more breath cycles. Take one more big inhale. And exhale, release. Come back to hugging your knees into your chest and just pause here for a moment. Take one more inhale and exhale. Drop your feet to your mat. Open your arms out into T position or cactus arms. So your feet are right next to one another. They're touching. Your inner knees are touching, your inner thighs are touching, maybe your ankle bones are touching. Your shoulders, your arms are grounded down, and now begin to windshield wiper your knees from left to right. Connect your movement with breath. So as the knees rise up, inhale, and as the knees drop down, exhale. Go slow here. No rushing. We all do enough rushing off of our mat. When we come to our mat, we try to slow down. Even before I was filming this video, my son, it was his nap time and it took a little longer than usual and I was trying to rush through it. And I had to remind myself, be present for my son. Everything will work out. I don't have to get stressed out and rush through it. And it did work out, and now we are here. So continue to windshield wiper those knees side to side, but walk your feet out a little bit wider. So now your feet are hips width apart. And let's try to get both knees down onto the ground on each side. So go slow. So I already noticed my right side, I'm more tight when I drop my knees over to the right. But when I drop my knees over to the left, I can bring them both down or really close to it. So explore here. What can you do? And if you want, you can also walk the feet out even wider here. So feet can be as wide as your mat. Do one more time, side to side. Beautiful. And bring your feet, let's see, hips width apart. And bring your arms right alongside of you. We're preparing for our bridge pose. Make sure your knees are above your ankles. And try to get the entire back rooted into your mat, especially your lower back here. I want you to already engage your core. And now with an inhale, we'll lift the hips up towards the sky, pressing down into your arms, your hands, the soles of your feet, and use an exhale to lower down slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Come back to rooting the lower back into your mat. And with an inhale, rise your hips back up. Beautiful. And lower down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, lift it up, and let's hold here. Focus on your glutes. Focus on squeezing your glutes right now. And can you lift a tiny bit higher? And now lower down. One vertebrae at a time. See what your body needs right now. You have 5 breath cycles for you. Maybe hug your knees in, maybe windshield wipe, maybe something else. And now make your way to tabletop position. Getting there any way that you can. Come onto your hands and your knees. Spread the fingers out wide, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, and right away we're coming into our cat and cow pose. Inhale, drop your belly down, open the heart forward, lift the chin up. And with your exhale, round your back, tuck your chin toward your chest as you tuck the tailbone under, going back and forth. Breath is guiding us. Inhale, belly drops, tailbone lifts up, and exhale, we round it. Create space between your shoulder blades. 3 more times back and forth. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Last time, inhale, open the throat, lift the chin up. And exhale, round as much as you can as you tuck under. Now inhale, tabletop position. Mindfully step your right foot between your hands. We're coming into our stacked lunge, 90-degree angles here with the legs, and rise on up. So shoulders over the hips, finding your balance. Eyes focus on something in front of you. And if you feel pretty good here, maybe raise your arms on up. Palms facing one another. And I just noticed a little adjustment that I did with my body. Maybe you do it too. I was collapsing down. So I was collapsing down into my left leg, into my lower back. All I did here was try to engage my core, tuck the tailbone under, and lift up. Pause here. Let's take one more inhale. And exhale, lower your hands down. Now we'll take that wider stance. Maybe you start to walk your foot out in front of you or slide the back knee behind you. Good. So now we're not stacked. Now we're focusing on sending the hips forward and down. And let's keep the hands down to frame the front foot and maybe even using blocks or props underneath your hands. Breathe here. Getting a nice stretch in the back leg, in the hip flexor, and the quad. 3 more breath cycles. Take one more inhale. And exhale, let it go. We now come into our lizard pose. So now the right hand will come to the inside of your right foot. Walk your foot out wider, hands are underneath shoulders, and the right foot is right outside of the right hand. Keeping your knee above your ankle and keeping your knee close to your shoulder. 3 breath cycles here. Always a nice stretch in our lizard pose. Take one more inhale. And exhale, let it go. Let's release out and come into a child's pose, wide leg child's pose. Little break for the body in between sides. Sink the seat back to the heels. And go as low as you can here. Rest the forehead down. 5 breath cycles. Check in with yourself. Where is the mind? Where is your breath? Come back to the now. Take one more inhale and exhale, let it go. Make your way back up to tabletop position. Let's do 3 rounds of cat and cow pose before we switch sides. So inhale, drop the belly, open the heart, lift the chin up. And exhale, round the back. Beautiful. Inhale, tailbone and chin lift. And exhale, round, tuck the tailbone and the chin under. One more cycle back and forth. Inhale. And exhale. Tabletop position. Step the left foot between your hands. Gracefully get it there. Stacked lunge. Rise on up when you are ready. Let's bring the hands to the hips. Let's even out the hips. Left hip might be way forward than way up high, higher than, might be like this. Try to even them out a little bit. It's almost like you're pulling that left hip down, the right hip up a little. Engaging the core. Maybe rise on up with those arms. Maybe even look up at your fingertips on this side. Three more breath cycles, trusting your balance here. Energy is going up. Take one more inhale. And exhale, lower your hands to frame now. We take our wider lunge. Maybe walk your front foot out in front. Maybe slide the back knee down. Take a nice bend into your front knee. Lowering the hips down. Where do you feel the stretch in your body? I definitely feel it in my right hip flexor and my right quad. Feels good. Feels a lot, but it feels good. So let's breathe through it for 3 more breath cycles. Inhale. And exhale, let it go. Release out and come into lizard pose. Left hand to the inside of your foot as you walk the foot out wider. Hands underneath your shoulders. Left knee stays snug to the left shoulder. And we pause here. Try to stay rooted down through the sole, the entire sole of that left foot. 3 more breath cycles. Take one more inhale. And exhale, let it go. Child's pose, wide leg child's pose. Sink it on back and rest. Maybe your body wants you to move your hips side to side. That is what my body wants. So instead of me sinking all the way back, I'm just moving my hips side to side. My seat is up. Maybe that's what you want, or maybe you settle down into that full child's pose here. 3 more breath cycles. Take one more inhale and exhale, let it go. From here, make your way back down to your mat. We're almost done with our movement, with our practice. Take a sip of water, of coffee if you need it. Make your way to lay back down. Hug your knees into your chest. From here, we're doing our figure 4 pose. The right ankle to the left thigh. Maybe right hand just presses the right knee away from you, or maybe you're interlacing your fingers behind the left leg. Wherever you are is perfect. Breathe into it. Soften the face, the shoulders, finding length in your inhales and your exhales. Three more breath cycles. Take one more inhale. And exhale, let it go, release. Switch sides. Figure four on the opposite side, left ankle to the right thigh. Instead of just rushing to get to your figure four, see how is the body feeling already. Maybe I need to take it a little easier on this side. Maybe I need to up it a little bit. I feel more open. I can take it a little bit deeper. Just instead of being on autopilot, being really aware of the body, intentional with your movement and what you are doing in between your poses. And let's also think about that off of our lives. Are we mindful of what we are doing? Are we intentional what we are doing in between things? Are we just rushing from place to place, from thing to thing, from activity to activity? Are we really being present on our journey in life? And I know I struggle with that a lot. I will rush. I will think about the future instead of being in my body. So in the morning, I'm really trying to remind myself, be present. Be present with my kids. I'm home with my kids. Be present where my feet are. Not trying to think about all these other things I should be doing or I want to be doing. All right, you're in your figure four pose, I hope. You're here for 3 more breath cycles. Take one more inhale. And exhale, let it go, release. Hug your right knee into your chest. And let's come into a twist. Our supine twist. Bring your knee across your body over to the left. Right arm opens out wide. Stack the right hip on top of the left. Hand can rest on top of your knee. Head can turn towards the right arm. Take a big inhale. And exhale, let go here for 3 more. One more inhale. And exhale, release out, switch sides. Be intentional. Hug your left knee into the body and twist it out over to the right. Left arm opens out wide. Settle in, take a big inhale. And exhale, let it go. Breathing through it. Where in the body can you let go? Take one more inhale. And exhale, release out. Come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. And now maybe take a happy baby pose. Maybe rock side to side in your happy baby pose. Maybe focus on extending one leg out or the other leg out or both legs out. Maybe you come back to circling out your knees. Or maybe there's a final pose that your body is calling for. Maybe an inversion, maybe a seated pose, maybe something we've done. You want to hit it again. Now is your time to play. You have 10 more breath cycles before we come back to a Shavasana. So this was a nice, gentle-ish practice. Sometimes I don't like saying gentle when we're focusing on the hips because it can be a lot. We can feel a lot. But it was a nice practice on our mat today, focusing on the hips. Some focus on the lower back as well too. It's so good for us to do that, especially if we're sitting at our desk all day or just in general. Like, how often are we stretching the body? How often are we taking care of ourselves and we expect our body to just keep working in peak performance when we're not giving it a little TLC like this? So be proud of yourself for showing up today. And you will reap the benefits, whether it's mentally, emotionally, or physically, just trusting that you will reap benefits from just showing up and doing this movement. Find your way in your Shavasana. Get comfortable, lay down. Your Shavasana can look different than this, right? It can be butterfly legs. It can be something else today. Maybe your Shavasana, you want to be in legs up the wall right now. That is good too. Let's settle down or settle wherever you are. Just make sure that you can rest, like your body can literally rest in your Shavasana. And close your eyes. Palms are facing up. Relax the hips. And let's take a nice big inhale through the nose. Open your mouth side out. We'll do that 2 more times. Breathe it in. Make 2 fists with your hands. Pause and exhale. Let it go. Release your hands. 1 more time. Breathe it all in. Maybe tighten the entire body, your hands, your fingers, your face. Maybe the back of your head lifts off of your mat. Can you breathe in a little bit more? And now a nice exhale. Side out. Let it go. Fully relax the body down onto your mat. Breath returns back to normal. Honor our intention of being present, of opening our heart, leading from our heart. Being intentional between the moments, the poses. Sending love, prayer to our dedications. Sending love to self, to body, for all that you are. And remembering all that you are. Remembering your power, your peace, your love that is always inside of you. And rest here as long as you want. You can pause the video right now. Or if you have a lot going on, maybe you seal your practice now. The light and love in me honors the light and love in you and all that you are. And I thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.